Coming into the weekend, the Swiss fans turned up with their red flares. The atmosphere was incredible. They really had good reason to. You had home hero Jeremy Seewer. He was dressed, riding in red colours for Ducati anyway, and it just represented his home GP perfectly. And he put everything into that weekend to not only get a good result for himself, but also for his Italian team. You also have the veteran of the sport now and another home hero, Valentin Guillot, who definitely turned some heads in his Swiss cheese outfit. He is now managing every single aspect just to turn up at the weekend to race his bike. And being a privateer, he just wants to show everyone, including his home fans, that he has what it takes to get those good results and just to ride up there at the sharp end. But it isn't easy for him, and he was definitely an underdog for the Swiss fans to cheer for.
Medical control, I think. I don't know, where is it? I took a wrong line with a kicker at the back, at the end of the takeoff. And yeah, I just crashed on the front.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have a really good brand of helmet, 6D, because I didn't add any flash or any stars, or I didn't get knockout. So directly, like, I was full good. Mm-hmm. Then I stand up, and yeah, I had a little pain at the lower back. So then it's why after I go to the medical center to make a CT scan.
Yeah.
And we saw that I have a small apophyse.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, L4.
Yeah.
And then here we can see the L3 is broken, but that's from the past.
Yeah, that's old.
Yeah.
Yeah, because,
Yeah. So first he said, oh, there is 2 broken. And then he looked, he said, oh no, when you did this one, I said, I don't know. I never feel that I broke this one. So yeah, and that's the back with the body protector from Alpine Star.
For
so luckily
picture above your bed.
Yeah. and voila, this, and then they asked me to go see one neurolog just to make the test and all.
Yeah. A rider who doesn't kind of get enough credibility and often gets overlooked, Valentin Guillot, Le Grand Fromage. Well, he certainly looked like one in Switzerland anyway, in his yellow riding gear.
Yeah. Swiss ski 1992, my year of born.
Very nice.
Fantastic rider in MX2 back in the day. Remember, he went toe-to-toe, bar-to-bar, wheel-to-wheel with Jeffrey Hurlings on more than one occasion. He's a 3-time race winner in MX2. He's won 3 Grand Prix, he's got 8 podiums. So he's a guy who's been around the block a little bit. But in MXGP, things hadn't really worked out for him over the past few years. But the last couple of years or so, he's been dropping in those top 10 finishes here and there, 5th and 6th. But this year, he's a complete privateer. And to be still putting in those performances with no factory support at all is pretty impressive, and we saw that at his home Grand Prix in Switzerland.
So
left side.
on the left?
Left side. Yeah, here.
But when like now, I can tell you where is the broken bone, you know. So it's more, I think, because, you know, like all this area, the bones got the impact of the outflow.
So
yeah.
I don't think you'll have problems with it during the race.
Yeah.
You can take energetics, paracetamol, ibuprofen.
Yeah.
The MXGP of Switzerland presented by IXS. Look over on the left-hand side, who's going to get the good getaway? Febvre spun up on the gate yesterday and he gets out-dragged by Bonacorsi's Vantic as well. Lucas Kühnen by about a week over the foxhole shot line. And his first foxhole shot of 2025, first in MXGP. Lucas Kühnen in Switzerland, 10th in the qualifying race. He put that down to arm pump, so if he's going to get arm pump in quali, is he going to get it in any of the races on Monday? But as it turned out, race one, an absolutely quacking performance because it was Easter weekend, and to go out and win the way that he did was just excellent. Rounds out the final couple of corners. He wins race one here in Switzerland, his second win of the season as a rookie. His 25th career race victory.
What a turnaround for Lucas Kühnen after such a dismal weekend at Frankfurt in 2024 and a not particularly good Saturday with the arm pump for 10th place in the qualifying race. To come through, get the whole shot, hold off Tim Geiser for the duration of a complete Grand Prix race and take the first race victory was fantastic. The question is, can he repeat the feat in race two?
Yeah, I was sick since Arco. I got cold in Arco, you know. And now I feel I'm a bit empty of energy. But yeah, let's go. The fans are here to share for me. It will be the extra energy. Ja.
Mach's gut.
Ja.
Try.
Warte, ich muss dir
And it's another good jump for the number 96. Siwa just too deep into that first turn. He comes out second, but once again it's Lucas Kühnen with the foxhole shot. So Ruben Fernandez down in 29. Geiser catches one of those turrets of dirt. Riders are always concerned about them. They put them there to sort of stop riders cutting the course, but they look like brick houses, and Geiser has gone down hard.
Yeah, no, of course, Tim was in a good moment, you know, like coming for like good results, like in Arco, we saw good results there already. He's been great so far, you know, like in good shape, nothing to doubt about that, you know, he just that crucial moment that take, you know, his championship away, but until that point, I think everything is just running as should be.
Lucas Kühnen going 1-1 for the first time in MXGP. And Kühnen out of the final couple of corners. He wins race two. He goes 1-1. It's a perfect day in Switzerland. The second MXGP race in Switzerland was just spectacular. There was a lot going on. And for a while, it looked like Vantic would be on the podium again, not with Glenn Coldenhoff, but with Andrea Bonacorsi. He was there in third position, but he was in a battle with Romain Febvre. Febvre put him down on his ear. All of a sudden, he was out of podium contention. Maxime Renault also then had a shot of being in and around it, but then obviously he went and crashed himself out as well. Romain Febvre had a shot of being on the podium. It just all these people, no one wanted that third step of the podium, it seemed. And so all of a sudden, when Maxime went out, it opened the door for somebody else. Enter Jeremy Siwa.
It was brilliant to see Ducati get their first podium this year, and it was made even sweeter that they did it with home rider Jeremy Seewer. But it was the way that podium was set up. It kept everyone on the edge of their seat. I mean, Jeremy in that second race, he had to really fight through the pack, and for him to get that podium position, he had to pass Jeffrey on that final lap. And he did just that, and he brought it home. And it was just an incredible atmosphere to be a part of. And he told me in the post-race interview that podium, it felt like a win, not only to himself, but also for Ducati. And he explained it as one of the best days of his life. And it was really nice to see, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more podiums where that came from. Davide Decarli had an incredible weekend in Switzerland. It was definitely a weekend to remember. He started by celebrating his 32nd birthday on the Friday before the GP, and he was then given the best birthday present ever. It couldn't have gone much better for him. He went 1-1 with Lucas Kuhnen, and not only did they celebrate just after the race, but those celebrations continued well after the GP weekend.
This is a big one, difficult one in the beginning of the weekend, but now everybody's happy. I won both motos and also, yeah, perfect.
Confidence improvement now.
Yeah, step by step. Rome is a building day, yeah, so yeah, we just keep learning and yeah, it will be fun.
Well done.
Thank you.
So the two crashes that I didn't really understand in Switzerland were the ones of Valentin Guillot and Maxime Renault. The drone shot that we saw from Valentin Guillot, I'm not sure if it just looked like the back end just slid up on takeoff and then he lost control, or if he caught an edge, because it wasn't really that definitive. But, you know, we've got a guy who knows how to jump, so for him to crash on a jump was kind of a little bit mind-boggling. Either way, it was a hard hit, and it's left him with a broken collarbone. And yeah, he's going to need surgery, and of course he's going to be missing for the next couple of races at least, so Portugal and Spain at Lugo. And then Maxime Renault, he just had a save, probably the save of the year, where his left hand came off the handlebar going into that left-hander. And then the next time we saw him, after seeing the replay, he was back on the ground 200 meters after the same jump where Valentin Guillot crashed. And it looked like a similar type of crash. So then on that basis, maybe there was something, maybe a rock on the takeoff or a hole that they'd not seen. But again, another rider who knows how to jump, and his race coming to an abrupt end on the final lap, or with 2 laps to go. So unfortunate in both instances, but it just goes to show how brutal this sport can be when you get off at high speed, certainly on a jump. I mean, they bounced pretty well, but even still, both riders picking up, well, certainly with Guillot picking up a collarbone injury. Maxime Renault was still waiting to hear whether he'll line up in Portugal or not, but you know, just not the way we wanted things to end, given that so much other stuff had happened as well, where Lucas Kuhnen went 1-1 and Seewer gets on the podium and Ducati for the first time ever. So, you know, there was a little bit of yin and yang in there in terms of the final laps of the Grand Prix.
First behind, Chuck, action. You happy? Yes. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
So you've got HRC MX2 Young Guns. They've already got their first race win for 6 years. They did that in Kozar, Spain, and they did that with Ferruccio Zanchi. But of late, it's been Valerio Latta. He seemed to really have upped his game. He's getting those good starts. He's getting solid results. And he's even passed Zanchi in the standing. He's 2 points ahead. So going forward with these two young riders, I think there's going to be a nice little internal team battle between the two of them.
What do you think of the track?
I like. Last year I won. I won race 1 and I finished second in race 2, but I won the GP.
Yeah, so positive vibes going into this.
Yeah, I try this year again.
Yeah.
Devo andare a cercare.
Didi!
Eccolo, in telecamera.
Che figo di merda.
Cancellalo,
Che cancello?
Vai,
Momento. Ma quant'è? 27, 28, 29, 30. 52. Mamma mia.
Looking over to the left-hand side, looks pretty good for De Wolf, but Langenfelder is right there as well. And it's going to be Langenfelder who gets over the foxhole shot line for the first time this year. And Adamo's been down, so Adamo out of 5th place.
Actually, Switzerland race 1 I got not the best start, but I managed the first lap to be in the top 10. I was 6 or 7 I think. And then yeah, I just wanted to pass one rider in front of the pit lane. I just pushed a little bit too much and I lost the front. So I crashed and I had to restart last and came up the group again.
I crashed in Switzerland in race 1 on the double before the big corner on the hill. I touched the hay bale and I crashed, fight with Fares and Sasha Koinen for 6th position and 5. But yeah, small crash and I finished I think 10 or 11, I don't remember.
Valerio Latta has lost a couple of positions. Oh, he catches the tough block and then gets cross-rutted.
Luckily the bike was down, so it was easy to reach.
Captain McClellan all over the back of Liam Evans. waiting for him to commit. He goes inside, so McClellan takes the outside option. And it was pretty decent as well. Very effective, but not able to get alongside the Belgian. Then De Wolf's line there, just cutting to the inside. This is allowing De Wolf just to get away a little bit here. Simon Langenfelder will cross the line. He wins race one, his second win of the year, and his 16th career victory. De Wolf, Everts, McClellan, over the line as quick as that. Second, third, fourth. We saw it again in Switzerland. Kai de Wolf wasn't straightforward. Simon Langenfelder was impressive. If we continue like that, it's going to be very hard to predict how this one's going to play out.
So here we are on one of the strangest sections of the circuit on the entire MXGP calendar, unique to the Swiss circuit here at Frauenfeld. We call it the Wall. Okay, so if you get the landing right on the approach, you can then get straight on the power and literally ride the bank here. Look how steep this is. So the temptation is to really build your speed up around this bank because you simply can do. It's a brilliant piece of riding, but then you suddenly have to deal with this flat road almost, and then it drops down steeper again to join the rest of the circuit. And we saw Romain Febvre get it wrong in the qualifying race on Saturday because he just had too much speed and then just got caught out by the bank here. But look how it suddenly drops away to absolutely nothing. Almost vertical here, and that is tricky to walk, let alone ride a bike off.
How unpredictable is MX2 at the moment? Honestly, 2025 is the season that keeps on giving in MX2. 8 different race winners. We're 3 points in it between the first two at the top of the championship. Adamo in third is only 20 points off of second as well, so just 23 points separating the first 3 riders. Liam Everts is not out of it either. Camden McClellan, if he gets his act together, can join the party. But there's just so much going on in MX2. MX2 Race 2, 30 minutes plus 2 laps, the MXGP of Switzerland, presented by IXS here at Frauenfeld in the north of the country. And once again, Simon Langenfelder with the foxhole shot, is second of the day.
Valer actually don't have to prove nothing because he's coming from the European last year. We have no pressure now and just doing race by race, and also obviously, like you say, doing like good starts. And Ferrucci is like he tried to make his weekend all complete, you know, because with some crashes or quali race or race 1 or race 2, like not managed to put all together. But we saw a lot of improvement on Ferrucci this year from last year, so already from the preseason races. So it's a bummer to not see him potentially showing what he's capable to do at the end of the day. But yeah, it's good to see both there. Like you say, Valer just passed on championship point stand, but still a long season, so hopefully to have both riders a little bit more on the top of that list.
De Wolf doesn't want to rely on that though, does he? He's taking different lines, looking for momentum. Oh, I tell you what, that worked, didn't it? Clawed some time back. All of a sudden, Benny on the number 9, Thibaut Beniston, would have heard that Husqvarna behind him, getting very, very close. Simon Langenfelder through the final couple of corners. He wins the MXGP of Switzerland presented by IXS. He goes 1-1 for the first time this year. Adamo crossed the line in second position. Everts will cross the line in third. Kai de Wolf, third overall this weekend, and he had to fight for every single point to get himself on the podium. on that Nissan Husqvarna factory racing machine. Liam Evans second overall, with 2 third-place finishes on the podium for the second time this year. But your overall winner, his third podium. He got third at round 1, second at round 3, top step here round 6. Simon Langenfelder, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing, doing it with a 1-1 as well. Closes to within 3 points of Kaider Wolf at the top of the championship standings, and made it look very, very easy. Just looked like he was in a different zone. Oh, Febvre tries to avoid him.